You know what I mean? I hope that my vessel of the Dharma is clean, so that what you hear can help you. Okay? Now, the Pai Chung, there was an old man with white clothes at the back of the hall, saying nothing, and then he goes. He was not a monk. The monks wear their own, the robes and so on, but there's an old man, very old man, in white clothes, and he comes and goes without saying anything. And at the end of the big retreat, this old man came to Pai Chung, the master abbot, and said, I am not a human being, I am a fox, very old fox. And I have been born as a fox 500 lives, rebirth, because of my small mistake. Mistake was this: when I was like a monk, somebody asked me whether if you practice well, then you can get rid of the karma. And I said yes. And that was a mistake. Even the practitioner cannot wipe out his own karma. So I taught something wrong to the one who asked me. And for that, I am condemned to be born as a fox, not only in one lifespan, but 500. Now, I think I have suffered enough, so I want to get out of the body of this fox. So please help me. So the master said, okay, you ask me the same question now. Whether if you practice well, your own karma could be wiped out, completely, pardoned. And the master said, practitioner is not blinded of the law of karma. That doesn't mean if you practice well, you can change the law of karma. You cannot do it. However, if you practice well, you are not blinded. You are not ignorant of the law of karma. That was the answer. And hearing this one, the old man who is a fox thanked him very much, because for the first time he learned even the practitioners, good practitioners cannot get rid of their own karma. Okay? So the fox old man asked the master, if you go to the other side of this mountain, there's a cave where you will find a dead fox. I requested you perform the cremation and the deliverance service so that I could be born in my next life as a human being. So then he left. Now this master Pai Chung beat big bell and said, oh, that bell is for the funeral service. And nobody is out of the hundreds of the monks, and nobody is being ill. Whose funeral? So, okay, we have to go to the other side of the mountain. All those monks, maybe 500 of monks, they went there. And then they found a dead fox. And the master with his, monks performed the deliverance service. So they believe that he was reborn as a human being. Yes, remember what Shakespeare said in his Hamlet? There are more things, Horatio, than are dreamt in your philosophy. I said this before. There are more things. Horatio is Hamlet's friend. Hamlet, after seeing the apparition of his dead father, remember in the Hamlet, his father was murdered by his uncle, and the uncle, took his mother. You remember if you read the Hamlet of Shakespeare? And how did he kill? Well, his father's apparition told Hamlet, while he was sleeping, his uncle came and poured some poison into his ears, and he was killed like that. And coming down from the terrace and coming down and Horatio is waiting in the middle there, and it says, Hamlet is saying to Horatio, there are more things in the universe, Horatio, than are dreamt in your philosophy. So don't simply say, oh, those Buddhist teaching, how could there be like a reincarnation or after? Don't say that. If we follow Hamlet, there are more things in the world than are dreamt in your philosophy. Your philosophy could be limited. And the science, I hope, will prove eventually the Buddha's teaching is true. Yes, some souls, some people will be born in a good area as a human being. Some other people whose karma is bad will be born in the lower realm of existence, even snakes. I think maybe if not 83,000, maybe 82,500, science will eventually come up with certain apparatus, and they'll take the picture of the soul leaving the dying body and even find where it goes. We have many stories. I mean, lore and the stories recorded. Okay, like somebody dies and says to a master, if you go to a village where there's a newborn baby, that will be me. And the master goes there, and after 3 days of birth of the child, the baby keeps crying, no stop, crying and crying. And as soon as the master goes there, the baby stops crying. You're not going to believe this, Joanna, right? Oh yes, there are more things in the universe, Joanna, than are dreamt in your philosophy. Let me tell you a story. This is real, what happened in Korea, in Gangwon-do province. There are two Buddhist monks. One is Kyin, the other one is Chisang. And a monk from far away came and gave to Chisang a very nice rosary. You call rosary, 108. That was a special, so good. Shiny, black, neither too big nor too small. It's like a treasure, something. Very good one. So Chisang loved it. And when he goes to bed, he wears, he never takes off. And